obviously with Shaq, and
Oh, is that what we're?
yeah, and
Sorry, okay.
generally there's no set rules. We don't come up with a set of questions or anything else, but just to kind of talk about what it meant. Anybody else have a take on some of the theology? And does anybody like me, did you come away feeling more loved by God than you ever had in your life?
Everything I hoped was true about God was in here. So, I was yelling at Matt in my mind, ask him the question, because I wanted to know the answer too. So every chapter I was like, ask him that, and he would let it go, and I would get mad. Because I'm like, this is my only shot.
She's talking about the part where God becomes an old man is precious because he tells Mac that he was not ready for a father figure before then. That's an example of how we tend to transfer our feelings about our earthly father to our heavenly father. Only when Mac was ready did God show himself in a father form. That's pretty beautiful, she said.
My kind of idea of God and Jesus has always been this God way up here. And I know, and probably like my dad, I know he's always there for me. I know he's going to provide for me. I know I can always go to him and talk to him about my problems. I know he's just a phone call away. But it's not that, well, every once in a while there's a big conversation and, I know he's there and I know I have a relationship with him, although it may be, distant or whatever. But when God opened the door, I was so excited to see. I was like, oh my gosh, I want to be loved like that, and knowing that, it's a book, but thinking, my God does love me like that.
I thought it was really interesting when they're talking about Jesus on the cross and about when they're talking about, my God, why have you forsaken me? And that he thinks that God left him then. And then God's like, no, I never left him. I always thought he had, because he says he turns his back on him. So I thought that was really interesting that he said that maybe all you can see is your pain, and maybe that's when he loses sight of it.
No, I was going to say, you can in a way kind of tie that in what they were talking about in chapter 9 about deciding what's good and what's evil, what's right and what's wrong kind of a thing. And on page 136 where Sarah, you was talking to Mac, it says, she says, Mackenzie, evil is a word we use to describe the absence of good, just as we use the word darkness to describe the absence of light, or death to describe the absence of life. Both evil and darkness can only be understood in relation to light and good. They do not have any actual existence. I am light, I am good, I am love, and there is no darkness in me. Light and good actually exist. So removing yourself from me will plunge you into darkness. And I thought that was really an interesting way of putting it there.
Have any of you gone online and heard him speak or anything?
I got on his blogs and stuff about, I wrote on the one that said, is Mac real? That forum, and he said it's a fictional book, but all the conversations are true.